Sup you guys, ASD Classified here, coming at you with another video about Kamen Rider Gaim. So, previously on Kamen Rider Gaim, Michi is fucking insane. So, at one point, see, I don't even remember what I talked about in my last video, so I'm just gonna talk about shit until I get to episode 43. So, at one point, Michi kidnapped Mai to, I don't know, rape her or something, I don't know. But before he could rape her, he kept having all these interferences from Kota and Overlord shenanigans. So he said, you know what? I'm gonna leave Mai with the king of the Overlords because I feel that Mai will be safest with the king. I have no idea why he thought this. See, the last few episodes can really be summed up as Michi is not as smart as he thinks he is, but we'll get to that. But right now, let's talk about this stupid mistake he made. So, he left Mai with the king of the Overlords because he felt, well, the king doesn't really seem to care about anything that's going on. He's not really concerned with the Kamen Riders. He's not really concerned with the lady Overlord and what she's doing and whatnot. So, you know what? Since he doesn't seem to really have a stake in anything, I'll just leave Mai with him. So, Mai and the king of the Overlords started talking and chit-chatting, and then the king started to take a liking to Mai. And then the king took the golden apple, the forbidden fruit, the source of ultimate power, and he put it inside Mai, and then he teleported her back to Earth, you know, our dimension. This is a very bad thing. So, in putting the golden apple inside of Mai, he turned her into the woman of the beginning. And apparently this is what is supposed to happen every time the Helheim start invading a place. So, you know, the golden apple appears, and then it somehow ends up with some woman. She becomes the woman of the beginning, and then she picks the person who is worthy to have this power, who is worthy to become a god and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, for anybody who knows mythology and religion and how it normally works, it's always the woman's fault. So, you know, Pandora, Eve, whatnot, Helen of Troy. So, now we have a woman of beginning. Alright, so after the king infects Mai with the golden apple and sends her ass back to Earth, Kota and Kaito have a battle with the king of the Overlords, and he swiftly whoops their asses with all the god powers he has. And then at one point, the king let his guard down, and then the lady Overlord like killed him, like stabbed him right in the back. Yep. And then she was gonna take the golden apple because the Overlord, he had like this fake golden apple, but then after, you know, she stabbed him, she found out, wait, this is a fake? Then what you do with the real one? Oh, and that lady Overlord was pissed. Like, she had stabbed like the king like multiple times. She went full Michael Myers on this man. She just stabbed him. She was choking him. She was like, she was pissed. Like, where is it? Where is it? She was punching him. It was just, it was brutal. It was so brutal. She was like, where is it? What did you do with it? Where is it? You bastard. It was so, like, it was just kind of disturbing. Even if it was like a costume, like a rubber suit. But it's just, that was disturbing, man. It reminded me a bit of Magi Ranger. Because Magi Ranger, that was like the first Super Sentai that I watched fully, you know. So, you see, Super Sentai goes further than what Power Rangers does, like in terms of violence and whatnot. And I remember during the Hades God arc, what was his name? Dagon, I think. There was a scene where Titan was at like this place where he's gonna rest forever, and then Dagon showed up and just stabbed him, and then he stabbed him again when he fell on the ground, and I remember being like, oh my god, Power Rangers would never do something like that, and it didn't. They really watered that scene down in Mystic Force, but it reminded me of this. Like, this went it went way further than what Magi Ranger did in that. Like, wow, that was something. So after the king of the Overlord was stabbed like 25 times, Kota, he was kind of pissed, and then he used Die Shogun to kill the lady Overlord, and that was the end of the Overlords. Yay! So back to Mai. After being flung back to Earth, she fell into a deep sleep, Michi ended up finding her, and then he took her to this abandoned hospital, and he had Dr. Ryoma. He had Dr. Ryoma, like, try to save her. Oh my god. Remember when I said these episodes can be summed up as Michi makes stupid ass decisions? Yeah, stupid decision number 2, getting Dr. Ryoma involved. Like, really? Okay. So, Michi wants Dr. Ryoma to save Mai. Dr. Ryoma discovers that the golden apple is inside of Mai, and that's what's affecting her, and it's gonna kill her if they don't get it out, da 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 da. And Ryoma also manipulates Michi into fighting Kota again. You know, it's like, if Kota shows up, like, Kota, he wants to be chosen, and if he gets here, he's going to want Mai to give him the ultimate power, and he's going to do anything to get it, even at the expense of Mai's life, you know. So, Ryoma's manipulating Michi, and it's like, if you want to save Mai, you need to go out and kill Kota. And he also gives Michi this very dangerous Kamen Rider power, like, it was like hell power or something. Pretty much, this power is powered by draining your life force. So, as long as Michi, like, henshins with his power, it's gonna drain his life force until it kills him. So, and his stupid ass decided to use this. Mistake number 3. So, he uses this dark, dangerous power to try to kill Kota. And this bastard actually succeeds in this. Okay, but... okay, this is how it happened. They were having a badass fight, right? And Kota could see that that power was killing Michi. And Kota... he's really such a nice guy. He's really too good for his own good. So at one point, Michi was running. He was going to stab, you know, Kota. And Kota let it happen. He let himself purposely be stabbed so that he could rip the power source away from Michi so that the power wouldn't kill him anymore. He sacrificed his life so that he could save Michi, a man that has been trying to kill him for like 20 episodes now. Kota sacrificed himself to save Michi. And then Kota died. Yes, our main character died. I'm pretty sure that's not gonna stick, obviously. But as for right now, he's dead. He is dead. And then they had all this symbolism. They had all these feathers, the angel wings all around. But honestly, how nice Kota is, he really is like an angel. Like, he's too damn nice. I don't think I could ever be that good to somebody that was once my friend and now he's trying to kill me. Like, that is... But yeah, Kota, he sacrificed himself to save his friend, and he died. And then Michi came even more messed up, like, he's just crazy. And at this point, it's like, well, the only thing I can do now to earn Kota's forgiveness is to save Mai, or some shit he said, whatever. So he goes back to Mai, and then he finds out that Ryoma was able to get the golden apple out of Mai. At the expense of Mai's life, so Mai is dead now. Oh, great. Wow. Duh. Okay, so Professor Ryoma explained that the golden apple had fused with Mai's heart. So there was no way to get the golden apple without, you know, taking her heart out. So, of course, Dr. Ryoma took her fucking heart out. It's like, duh. And he even said that in there, like, I don't even know why you thought that I would help you. Like, if I was going to get this apple no matter what it took. Like, I don't care about saving her life. So if it kills her, it kills her. Like, he wanted that apple no matter what. Duh. It's like, what happened to Michi? Michi used to be smart. He used to be smart. He was the character in the show that could see through everybody's bullshit, even though his brother couldn't. He could see what everybody else, like, you know, hidden agendas were. Like, he used to be able to see through all of this shit. And now he's so crazy that he's stupid. It's like, why would you ever trust Dr. Ryoma? But whatever. I'm surprised Dr. Ryoma actually did, like, medical surgery to get the heart out instead of just ripping it out. like in Kamen Rider Wizard, you remember when Gremlin just ripped out the Philosopher's Stone? Like, I'm surprised Ryoma didn't just do that. Like, at least he cared enough to stitch Mai back up and shit. I don't know. So, yeah. But it didn't exactly end there, because the golden apple started glowing, and then it was like Mai's ghost. And Mai's ghost is now the woman of the beginning. And then she floats away with the golden apple, and Professor Ryoma was pissed. But yeah, let's talk about Mai now being Casper, the friendly ghost. So in this ghostly woman of the beginning form, she has blonde hair. And I never talked about it in my previous Gaim videos, but there's been a woman that's been blonde, and she's been appearing in like different episodes of Gaim, like in the beginning and whatnot. She used to appear and talk to the Kamen Riders. Usually when they first became Kamen Riders, there'd be a woman, blonde woman, she would appear, and she looked a lot like Mai. And I never really talked about it because I wasn't really sure what the fuck this meant, and I didn't really even have any ideas about what it was. But now we know, because after Mai, you know, floats away as a ghost with the golden apple, she decides to use the power of the apple to travel back in time to warn the other Kamen Riders. So, the blonde lady that looked like Mai is Mai because it's Mai from the future. So, Ghost Mai wanted to travel back in time and try to warn her friends about what's going to happen in the future. She pretty much wanted to tell them, like, if you become a Kamen Rider and start dealing with all this mess, like, tragedy is gonna happen, we're all gonna end up dying and shit. So, like, Michi is gonna lose his goddamn mind, like, we can't be doing this. So, yeah, she wanted to travel back in time, warn her friends, but apparently traveling back in time is not as simple as you would think, because you can't speak clearly for whatever reason. So she was traveling back in time, and she was trying to tell them, look, if you become a Kamen Rider, like, we're all gonna die, all this stuff is gonna happen, don't do it. But it didn't come out like that. That is what she was saying, but what everybody else was hearing was, if you become a Kamen Rider, you will embark on a dangerous quest, or if you become a Kamen Rider, the road ahead will be rough. You know, it was extremely vague. That's how it was coming out, when she was being very specific, though. But they couldn't hear all the specifics, they just heard the vagueness. So, yeah, she traveled back in time, but it was done in vain, because obviously nothing she did really altered the present. Everybody still ends up dying. So, yeah. But I'm finally happy to know who the Mai lookalike was, that it actually is Mai. I'm glad that it's not some random person that just happens to look like Mai. I'm glad. So yeah, finally they explained that. Oh, and there's also that creepy middle-aged guy that I never talked about in my videos as well, who also pops up every now and then, DJ Sakura. They explained who he is. He's the will of Helheim for us. He's the will of the mysterious plants that are infecting our world right now. He's pretty much the human manifestation of that force. And I pretty much had a theory that that is what the case was, but, you know, I just wanted to wait until they said it. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, and Kaito, like, I don't think I talked about it ever either, but in one of his fights with the Lady Overlord, he got infected with, like, the forest. So, like, plants were, like, growing in his insides and shit. And, yeah, at one point, Kaito found out, you know, that Mai died and that Professor Ryoma was pretty much responsible. So he starts fighting Professor Ryoma, and Professor Ryoma had the upper hand, and I think he destroyed his Kamen Rider powers too, because Professor Ryoma, he built all the Kamen Rider powers. So he has a failsafe, and he was blowing up everybody's powers and shit, like, y'all are not gonna use that stuff against me. So, yeah, Professor Ryoma beating up Kaito's ass, and at one point, Kaito took one of the, you know, the plants from the Helheim, and he just ate it. He just ate it raw. And then he turned into an overlord, pretty much. So he has all this ultimate dark power. And he killed Professor Ryoma. Yep. So now Kaito is looking to be the person who's going to take over the whole world. And he's looking for Mai right now, so that Mai can give him the golden fruit and he can be the god of the universe or whatever. I don't know. So I'm assuming episode 44 is going to be Mai trying to figure out how to resurrect Kota so that she can give him the ultimate power. But yeah, Kamen Rider Gaim, I'm fucking enjoying this. I am very much enjoying this show. It is so good. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much caught up now. Mai's dead. Michi is like in a catatonic state right now. Kaito is becoming our next dictator, and Kota is also dead, but he may be resurrected soon. Oh, Kamen Rider is so good. It's like, I am so grateful to Kamen Rider Gaim. Like, Tokuja didn't really do it for me. Super Mega Flop is just fucking terrible. I am so glad that I have one of these shows in this tokusatsu genre that I can watch and just really enjoy. It's like, yay, Kamen Rider Gaim. Hell, I might even watch the next Kamen Rider. What is it, Kamen Rider Drive or something? Like, I don't know. Kamen Rider has just been that show I've clearly been missing out on, cause man. So, if you're watching this video, leave me a comment about what you think about Kamen Rider Gaim and the current shit that's going on. Thanks for watching. Later, guys. Jamata.